here is what was Poplar Tunes. The sign is, the canopy is still there, but it's no longer sells records. But this was Elvis's favourite record store at the time, in the early 50s. Joe Kogi was the owner of Poplar Tunes, and he became one of the co-founders of High Records, recording out of Royal Studios down on what's now Willie Mitchell Boulevard. So this was the record store, Poplar Tunes, or Pop Tunes as they called it. And the sign was outside here, which is now down in the museum. Just across the road, somewhere in that vicinity there, Presley's lived there, 572 Poplar, from roughly May of 1949 to September of 1949. It was their second home here in Memphis. They all lived in one room on the ground floor, and they shared a bathroom with 3 other families. So that was pretty rough times they were in at that time. So we'll just come round from where we point out the last house, just round the corner here onto Washington. And just roughly here, roughly in this area here, was where the Presleys first lived when they came to Washington, at 370 Washington. Not much is known about this property, but they lived here when they arrived in Memphis in November of 1948 until they moved to the house on Poplar in May, the following May of 1949. What condition this house must have been in to move into Poplar, which sounded horrendous, sharing bathroom with 3 other families and just living out of the one room. Just dread to think what this property might have been like. But like the Poplar property, it's long gone. From the property in Washington, across the way, just across the way on, that's Poplar Avenue, running left to right. Just roughly where that sign is was the location of the Crown Electric Company, where Elvis worked from April of 1954 until he quit to become a full-time professional singer in October of 54. The owners were the Tipplers, and they were very supportive of Elvis when his first gigs going along to support him at the Levitt-Shell performance, and also going to the Bon Air clubs. The 2 performances before he was at the Levitt-Shell. They also were invited by Elvis to his Vegas comeback in '69, where he actually introduced them in the audience. He actually introduced them from the stage. So that was where Crown Electric was, but as I said a couple of days ago, whether that was actually where Elvis worked, that's open to debate, because apparently I don't know for sure, but apparently they'd only moved to that address in 1956, which was after Elvis had obviously finished working there. In the basement of this building here on Adams was the Thunderbird Lounge. Thunderbird Lounge was started by Ernie Barrasso, who worked at Hull's Dobbs Ford Thunderbird car dealership, hence the name, the Thunderbird Lounge. Met Elvis in '61, first of all, when he sold him the car. And he had aspirations to be a nightclub owner, so he opened the lounge here in the basement in 1965, and Elvis held his New Year's Eve parties here in 1967 and 1968. Impressive lineup of artists included Ronnie Milsap and Sam and Dave played here. So Elvis had two New Year's Eve parties here in 67 and 68. Just come up here on Poplar a bit further to this building built in 1840 with this distinctive candles outside. This was an upscale restaurant. Elvis wouldn't normally come here. It was opened by a Leslie Gates in 1958 as a coach house for a fine restaurant. Unfortunately, she was murdered in one of the back rooms of the restaurant here in the mid-60s. It was then reopened in the late 60s, and these four columns were erected, and out to the top there would be a flame in each one, and hence the new name of the restaurant, the Four Flames Restaurant. Elvis came here on January 16th, 1971. He brought all the nominees, all the recipients, of the JC's award here for a special dinner. I think Elvis felt that as the JC's award was in his hometown, that maybe he felt responsible to show them a good time, and so they came here for a special dinner after the JC's event. Actually closed as a restaurant in the mid 1980s. It's now a child advocacy centre. Come here on Court Avenue, the part of the medical district, because right here was where Russwood Park stood, and is where Elvis appeared on the 4th of July 1956 in a benefit concert in front of 14,000 people. 2 days after recording Hound Dog and Don't Be Cruel, the stadium seats would have gone roughly across at a more or less a right angle, just beyond this building, and it would have been roughly around this area here, probably where I am now, where the stage was set up for Elvis to perform in front of the crowds on the baseball field and in the stadiums behind. I was on the 4th of July 56. Russwood Park burnt down on Easter Day 1960, and it was an old wooden structure, and of course there was nothing left of it, and that was the end of baseball being played at this location. Okay, we've got to go around the corner now. There's a historical marker around on the other side on Madison, so we'll head round there. So there's a marker just across the road on Madison there, so we'll go over there. So where I was just now was the other side of that building there. So one of the bandstands of Russwood Park, and the entrance would be along here on Madison. And right opposite Madison, on this side of the road, was Baptist, where this grass is now. This was the site of Baptist Memorial Hospital. Elvis was pronounced dead here at Baptist Memorial Hospital on August 16th, 1977. A happy occasion as well that happened here was on 1st of February 1968. Lisa Marie was born in this hospital. I'm going to go try and cross the road now just to have a look at the Russwood Park historical marker. Here's the Russwood Park historical marker. Russwood hosted other events, including one of Elvis Presley's first concerts. I probably wouldn't call it one of his first concerts by that time. Elvis had been singing professionally 2 years at that point, and done many concerts before then. Oh, it's just the same wording on the back. Okay, let's head back across to Sian, waiting patiently back over at the car, putting up with me driving around all these random places in Memphis. Yeah, she's happy enough, she's catching rays.